Greetings and welcome to another Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team video, where today I'm going over the new Brutal and Cunning box released, which was previewed by Games Workshop yesterday. But before we get into things, please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Did you find it useful? What do you think of the new box? And remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for in the episode description below, an affiliate link at Element Games, an affiliate link at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support as well. But yeah, so this box is, I believe, the second box, previewed for the new edition of Kill Team. So yesterday was Hivestorm release day, and then Games Workshop previewed the next box, which is Brutal and Cunning. It was trying to top the earlier big announcement of the week of the Kill Team coin, which you can get from Games Workshop stores, which was, a lot of people could barely maintain themselves after that. But I'll be going through the box if you didn't watch the stream, as well as what they talked about and kind of figuring out what these rules are going to be like. But first up, what do you get in this box and what they've shown off? First, you get the Wrecka Krew Kill Team, which is basically Orc Tankbustas. Then you also get the Ratlings Kill Team, which is just called the Ratlings Kill Team. But also in this box, we get brand new terrain. So this is the Killzone Vocus compound upgrade. So you effectively get three walls, which are like two bunker walls, one with a door, then a literal pill bunker, then two wedges, and some random scatter terrain. So during the stream, they talked about how this was basically like an expansion, like we got more so with the Gallodark season, kind of like what we got with Beta Decima. But this is representing not fighting in the ruined cities, but more at the edge of the outskirts, where it's like fortresses and bunkers, where usually people like the Imperial forces fortify and fight off invading forces. And I don't think this is going to be used competitively, because they say there's a lot of narrative thematic missions based around using this terrain in addition to your Vocus set, which is found in the box's rules. And it's basically designed to make you play attacker-defender, like proper attacker-defender, where the defender will sit back behind these fortifications while your opponent aims to like rush through. And in some of the images they showed, obviously the orcs were playing the aggressor role in this. And it's like showing breaking down the walls, trying to hold down as long as possible to prevent these invading forces overrunning you, which is interesting. This terrain does look great, and we've been kind of asking for a lot of trench warfare. It's just a shame it's just an add-on instead of a whole separate kill zone, because it looks like this would be really interesting if you kind of mixed up with the enclosed environments you get from the Gallodark rules. I think that would have been really cool. The terrain does look great, right? And it feels like it's fully designed for the Vocus kill zone. I just don't think we're going to get much use out of it. And unfortunately, it means it's going to probably be tied in this box, which is going to increase the price and kind of leave you with this great looking terrain. But at least during the preview stream, they were quite open and like, this would be great for your games of Warhammer 40,000 as well. I mean, there are a lot of nice thematic missions probably based around it. But if you're a competitive gamer, you're kind of paying for this not to use. So for the Wrecka Krew Kill Team, these are literally just Orc Tankbustas. They are plastic Orc Tankbustas, which is what people kind of expected. No surprise there. But they do look really cool, especially in time to replace Commandos when they basically drop off the competitive scene next year. But they do look really, really good, because in this Kill Team, you will get a Nob, then 5 other Tankbustas, and 2 bomb squigs, which technically would make this kill team a 8 activation kill team. But I'm guessing like they did already reveal that they all have a 4-up save, so I assume they would all have a 4-up save. The Nob is going to have the same stats as the Commando Nob, so it'll have 14 wounds, 3 APL, but this time it have a 4-up save. It does have a rocket pistol, and then it also has a chopper, like a chain chopper, a normal chopper on the back, and then a big sledgehammer. So he's probably going to be quite tough. The faction rule is, if these operatives shoot with their weapons, the next turning point, they're +1 APL. So I don't know if when it comes to like the melee operatives, if they strike in combat, but that's going to be quite interesting. Although I expect all the rockets are going to be similar to how the Rocket Boys rocket works. They're going to be like blast 1, 5-6 damage. Not sure how many attacks. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how that works. Then you've got this big guy with like 2 battering ram fists. So he's kind of like a souped up breacher. And effectively the way he works is he can punch you really hard and also punch you off points. So I expect he's going to have ability like the Dozer, where he can just push you 3 inches in any direction, which would make sense if he doesn't kill you. And then I do expect all the other all the other Tankbustas to be 10 wounds, 4 up save, and probably immune to splash and like torrent and stuff to represent their armor. Then the other cool thing is you get 2 operatives with like effectively rocket hammers, tank hammers. So they can either use them as normal sledgehammers, or once per game when they hit you, they detonate the rocket, which you're obviously always going to do. And this is probably going to be like a blast attack, either like devastating splash, because that would make sense if they were immune to it, because then they smash it down. They like hit the first operative normally and then do like devastating wounds to everyone in like a 2-inch bubble or 1-inch bubble. So that would be really cool. But then probably they would lose their tank hammers because they've blown up. But that seems really, really cool. And then obviously you get 2 boys with rockets, because Tankbuster rockets. So they may be slightly more damaging. I think they'd probably be 5-6 AP1 blast 1. And, you know, they would hit on 4s as a command, well, as a Tankbuster, maybe 5s. I wonder if they'll get something like +1 to hit against, or like maybe re-rolling 1s against operatives with like 12 or more wounds or something crazy like 16 more wounds to represent them better at firing at larger targets like Ogrins and like Galloppox Infected. But then you've got a decent mix of 2 ranged operatives, a ranged pistol, and then 2 dedicated melee operatives. Then you have 2 bomb squigs. So I expect these are going to work exactly like the bomb squig. They can only be on engage. They're 6 attacks, hitting on 4s, 4-5. They blow up in engagement range. It would be really quite bad if they were GA2. But the interesting thing is they'll probably have the expendable rule. So effectively, you have an 8 operative kill team, but for your kill op, it would only count as 6 operatives. So they would be kind of this weird pseudo elite team. Kind of the closest, people say they're going to be like Space Marines. I think they're going to be close to more like a more offensive higher-tech circle, because your leader will be 3 APL, everyone will be 2 APL, and like if they make a shooting attack, if they fire their rockets and stuff, and probably if they hit with their rockets, they get +1 APL on the next turning point. So your leader could potentially go to 4 APL, and he might have the ability to give people +1 APL. So they look really cool, and they look really fun. I like that they're painted in goths, but I'm more of a Bad Moon kind of guy. Like the Flash Gits, you know, they are the Bad Moons. So I might go with the yellow route, but otherwise they do look really, really good. Then you also get literally the Ratlings kill team. Now, I think they look great, right? Because you get 10 Ratlings, a dog, and then 2 traps and a crate. So they do look really, really good, especially the dog, right? I'm a big fan of the dog, as you can see right now. That dog is giving me eternal motivation to win my games. But while these models do look great and full of character, they're all, like the majority of them are snipers. They are very, very small. They look like they won't be able to see over even normal barricades. And I'm kind of worried about this kill team. They don't look like they're going to be that good. They look great. You know, like the way I could compare them to is the halfling team from Blood Bowl. Really great, but because you got your leader with the beret, who kind of looks like to me like Pliskin from Metal Gear Solid 2. So he's kind of like your Solid Snake. He can give people orders. Apparently, like he points at someone, like marks someone for death, and then the rest of your kill team gets buffs against them, which I'm sure will be fine. And then you've got this guy with a huge sniper rifle that apparently is called an anti-tank sniper rifle and is designed to blow up tanks. And then they've also supercharged it with a power pack. This thing probably deletes everyone it shoots at, and I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it a crazy blast. Like you've also got the dog. Look at the dog, it's so good. That's a dependable operative. But you've also got in the group picture like some kind of comms operative, a spotter, Crocodile Dundee with a sniper rifle, and then like a hookshot dude. And then you've also got the trapper who lays 2 traps, which are probably just going to be mine tokens, and he can probably place more mines. Although, as you can see in the image, his left arm is a bionic arm, so he's probably not too great at his job. They're probably all going to have super conceal. That would make sense. And apparently one of their faction rules is like the dog sounds the alarm. If you get close to this kill team, they move away. So I assume it's like at the start or end of an action in which you move, they can, if you're close enough, they can move or like dash away, probably either moving 2 inches or 3 inches. So they don't do well in combat, but they just play keep away. So I think that could work, but I'm not too sold on it. Like they look great from a modeling perspective, but as a functional kill team, I'm not too confident. So for the Brutal and Cunning overview, we've got Tankbustas, we've got Ratlings, and we've got brand new terrain. So it's going to look great. It might drop soon. I didn't expect we'd get previews for the next box now. I mean, I was expecting they might make this season a free box season. The good thing is all the models are brand new. This is the first Kill Team box mid-season where all the terrain and the operatives have been brand new, which is really, really good. It means going forward, we might just get brand new kits in every Kill Team box, which would be amazing. The downside is I do love the terrain. I'm a big fan of the terrain, but if you're playing this solely from a competitive standpoint, it's not great and you're kind of forced into buying it. And the kill teams look interesting. From my current vibes with balance, kill teams are either okay or absolutely broken. There's no real in between. And normally you would go, obviously the Tankbustas would be the best. They're going to be the most powerfulest. And then the Ratlings will just be okay. But I'm going to go wild here. The commanders are just going to be okay because you have 6 operatives who are 2 APL and with 1 being 3 APL, and they need to fight or shoot to get their +1 APL. They might be movement 5 as well if they're more than 10 wounds. And then the Ratlings, they're all going to have super conceal. They all run away from you. They can set multiple mines. The dog barks at you when you lose the game if you kill the dog. They've literally got an anti-tank rifle that they say does humongous amount of damage. So I'm expecting the Ratlings to be super fast. You can't really get near to them, and they're just going to be really obnoxious to play against. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but based on past experiences from what happened with the entirety of Season 3 of the last edition of Kill Team, that's what I expect. It'll be a wild ride. Can you imagine just like me reviewing this box, playing the battle report, and just going, yeah, the Tankbustas stand no chance against the Ratlings. It's just impossible. It's an impossible matchup. Although I do think the Commandos are going to be fun. They sound super, super fun to play, especially as, like, you know, you're not a true commando. Well, you're not a true orc player if you don't detonate your tank hammers in the first combat you have. And they actually might be really good at hunting elites, especially if all their guns have, like, piercing 1, although they probably need piercing 2 against most of the elites we're facing. But I'm really interested. I'm quite hyped for this. I was honestly expecting this box to be previewed at Worlds in November, or even LVO. But maybe we're going to get this box really soon. Was this the big announcement they were hoping for? I mean, it really is. It looks really good. But it probably confirms that we're going to have a 4-box season. We're going to get new terrain every box, terrain add-ons, and at least these terrain they're adding on looks pretty useful. But I'm pretty hyped. I can't, like, they've already revealed, like, the theme for Hypestorm was like aerial drops. This time is more like attacker defending, rushing down fortifications. So I'm interested to see how they expand and tie it into the setting. But I'm really hyped. But that's pretty much it from me today. Please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Did you find it useful? Remember? And I've got a Discord you can check out in the episode description below, and a affiliate link at Element Games, and a affiliate link at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. And I'm going to shout out my patrons. So for my adepts of the Krew, I have Zombie Businessman, Tom, Supercow, Stephen, Sam, Nick, Mercenary Q, Mr. Meatwad, Lucas, John Thomas, Graham, Fangzu, Draken, Dave Meatsworld, Darcy, Dad of Goldens, Chris, and then for my veterans of the Krew, I have Samja, Ryan, and Mark. So thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot to me and helps support the channel. But yes, surprise, don't worry, there's faction guides coming. I'm not allowed to sleep. I'm actually recording this after work before I actually edit more faction guides. But I'm enjoying Highstorm, I'm enjoying the new edition of Kill Team. Interested to hear what you think. But remember, no matter how many times you fight Orc Tankbustas or get all your stuff stolen by Ratlings, there's always a chance to win, as long as you can roll a crit.